Are you thinking of traveling or even moving to Toronto? So know whatever your cultural background is, you'll always feel right at home in this multicultural city. So follow me and we'll travel around the world right now here in Toronto. Hi, I'm Vivien Sharon, Realtor and Relocation Specialist at Sotheby's International Realty Canada. In this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour around the world right here in Toronto. And if you want to see multicultural Toronto and what it's all about, then please continue watching. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, please consider subscribing. If you want to learn all about living and moving to Toronto, Toronto's vibrant neighborhoods, upsizing or downsizing tips, or relocating to anywhere in the world, don't just look for a place, discover a home. So right now we're in Western Europe, where our first stop is located, in Little Portugal. Toronto's Little Portugal, also known as Portugal Village, is located west of downtown Toronto in the old city of Toronto on College Street between Lansdowne Avenue and Bloor Street, geographically overlaying a part of Toronto's Little Italy. This residential area of mid-century homes has Portuguese businesses along College and Dundas Street West. Dundas Street West has an eclectic mix of small boutiques, bars, venues, and galleries, making it easy to see a lot of Little Portugal all at once. Life in Little Portugal is centered all around food and family and get-togethers, and the area is known to people of Brazilian backgrounds as well. In fact, let's visit one of the food shops right now. There's definitely an old world meets new world vibe to Little Portugal. The mix of family, bakeries and cafes that have been around for decades, and the trendy bars, the quaint restaurants and independent retailers makes this section of Toronto a must-visit location. So now I'm going to try what I bought, a great pastry, palm leaf with honey on it. I absolutely love it. If you want to know more about Toronto's Little Portugal, click the link above. Let's travel east to our next stop. So now we're at our next stop, Little Italy. College Street is known as the very first Little Italy in Toronto. This neighborhood is incredibly rich in both culture and character. And it all started when Italians first arrived in Toronto in large numbers in the early 20th century and settled in an area known as the Ward, centered on University Avenue and College Street. Eventually, most Italians moved west of Bathurst, and the College Clinton area emerged as the city's major Little Italy. In the 1950s, the area experienced a significant influx of Italian immigrants, mostly working in construction or factories. Some established small businesses along College Street, like bakeries, fruit markets, meat markets, salons, tailor shops, and barber shops. Later, businesses such as cafes, restaurants, theaters, and communications started to emerge. A tourist attraction in the area is the Italian Walk of Fame, similar to Hollywood's Walk of Fame. The sidewalk hosts the names of noteworthy Italian Canadians in granite and in brass stars. So on a side note, there is a second Little Italy, more off the beaten path along St. Clair Avenue West to the west of Dufferin Street. So if you want to know more about Toronto's Little Italy, click the link above. Now follow me as we go further east to explore a new neighborhood, Chinatown. So here we are in Chinatown. Did you know that Toronto's downtown, Chinatown, is the second largest in North America, next to New York City? This location is often referred to as Chinatown West, since the first Chinatown was initially established along York Street and Elizabeth Street between Queen and Dundas by two Chinese businessmen and owners in 1877. Now, the best way to enjoy Chinatown is simply to explore it by foot. So let's go! Hopping into the many stores, herbal remedy shops, cafes, restaurants, produce markets that line the area. The population of Chinatown has changed in recent decades and has come to reflect a diverse set of East Asian cultures through its shops and restaurants, including Chinese, Vietnamese, and Thai. The major Chinese malls in the area are Dragon City and Chinatown Center. This Chinatown location is not the only location where you can find Chinese restaurants and markets that serve delicious Chinese cuisine and foods. In fact, the Greater Toronto Area has 6 Chinatowns. And if you want to know more about Toronto's downtown Chinatown, click the link above. Let's head further south and slightly to the west. Here we are in Little India. Toronto's Little India is located in the city's east end, starting on Gerrard Street East between Coxwell and Greenwood Avenues in the Leslieville neighborhood. This area hosts a high concentration of Indian businesses and is also known as the Gerrard India Bazaar, and the biggest South Asian market in North America, with over 125 shops and restaurants, including jewelry, furnishing, spices, and silks. Little India started in 1972 when businessman Jan Naz rented and later purchased a theater on Gerrard Street, which he named the Naz Theater, where he began screening Bollywood and Pakistani films. The theater no longer exists today, but it was reputedly the first cinema in North America to exclusively screen South Asian films. So when you walk through Little India, you can find sidewalk vendors offering grilled corn, sugarcane juice, and fresh coconuts. There's also the aroma of tandoori chicken that lingers in the air and on your lips. Yum! So if you want to know more about Toronto's Little India, click the link above. So now let's get back to Europe, somewhere by the Mediterranean Sea. Technically, we're only heading a few blocks north of here. We're in Greektown, the corner of Chester and Danforth. Toronto's Greektown is located in the east on Danforth Avenue between Chester Avenue and Dewhurst Boulevard. This area was one of the major settlement areas of Greek immigrants to come to Toronto after World War I. And in the 1970s and 80s, the area was considered the largest Greek town in North America and had one of the highest concentrations of Hellenic immigrants living outside of Greece. The name Greektown was later officially Greektown on the Danforth in 1993. Right now I'm here at Alexander the Great Parquet, a European-style public square at the corner of Danforth and Logan. So right beside me is Alexandro. It's a neighborhood restaurant that's been around for over 30 years. So let's drop by and have some gyros. Greek flag is often seen outside buildings that line Greektown on the Danforth. This area is definitely a must-visit location, and if you want to know more about Toronto's Greektown, click the link above. Speaking of a must-visit location, let's head over to an area of Toronto where all the cultures seem to collide. So now we're in Kensington Market. As you can see, the area has a mix of stores selling large variety of meats, fish, produce, as well as a number of bakeries, cheese shops, and spice and dry goods stores, also known as the Market. This distinctive area is in the heart of Toronto and is the city's most vibrant and diverse neighborhood. The area is bounded by College Street on the north, Spadina Avenue on the east, Dundas to the west and to the south, and Bathurst Street to the west. So most of the neighborhoods have eclectic shops, cafes, other attractions located along Augusta Avenue and neighboring Nassau, Baldwin, and Kensington Avenue. Kensington Market was designated a National Historic Site of Canada in 2006, and Canadian journalist Robert Fulford wrote that in 1999, Kensington today is as much a legend as a district. The partly outdoor market has been probably photographed more often than any other site in Toronto. So let's take a look and see how diverse Kensington Market is. If you want to know more about Kensington Market, just click the link above. There are many more cultural neighborhoods in Toronto that we haven't visited. Koreatown, Little Tokyo, Little Tibet, and Little Poland. And if you want to know more about any of these neighborhoods, just let me know and put your comments below, and perhaps I'll be able to show you that in another video. So as you can see, Toronto's multicultural neighborhoods make it a great city to visit and to relocate to. Wherever you're from, you'll always feel right at home here in the city. And if you're looking to move to Toronto, go ahead and click on the link above and watch the 10 things to consider before moving to Toronto video. I'd also love to give you a free copy of my book, The Boomer 7-Step Guide to Downsizing. You don't have to be a boomer to use this guide. And you can find the link in the description below. You can also order a hard copy directly from Amazon. Toronto is definitely a great city to live in, and regardless of where you're from, what your profession is, or your lifestyle, or whatever choice you may have, this city has enough and things to offer you for anyone to call home. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell below and get notified the next time I post a video. You can also connect with me on social media. The links are in the description below. So don't just look for a place, discover a home. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.